Does your mom know? I shake my head. Tears pop up from some hidden spring. Damn, I sniff and wipe my eyes on my sleeve. Did you get pregnant? Did he have a disease? Oh my god, are you okay? No, I don't think so. Yes, I'm okay. Well, kinda. Rachel writes in a heavy, fast hand. Who did it? I turn the page. Andy Evans. Liar! She stumbles out of her chair and grabs her books off the table. I can't believe you. You're jealous. You're a twisted little freak and you're jealous that I'm popular and I'm going to prom, and so you lied to me like this. And you sent me that one, didn't you? You are so sick. She spins to take on the librarian. I'm going to the nurse, she states. I think I'm going to throw up. I'm standing in the lobby looking at the buses. I don't want to go home. I don't want to stay here. I got my hopes up halfway through the conversation with Rachel. That was my mistake. It was like smelling the perfect Christmas feast and having the door slammed in your face, leaving you alone in the cold. Melinda, I hear my name. Great. Now I'm hearing things. Maybe I should ask the guidance counselor for a therapist or a nosy shrink. I don't say anything and I feel awful. I tell somebody and I feel worse. I'm having trouble finding a middle ground. Someone touched my arm gently. Melinda, it's Ivy. Can you take the late bus? I want to show you something. We talk together. She leads me to the bathroom, the one where she washed my shirt, which, by the way, still has traces of her markers, even after the bleach. She points to the stall. Take a look. Guys, stay away from Andy Evans. He's a creep. He's a bastard. Stay away. He should be locked up. He thinks he's all that. Call the cops. What? What's the name of that drug they give perverts so they can't get it up? Dipro something. You should get it every morning in his orange juice. I just went out with him to the movies. He tried to get his hands down my pants during the previews. There's more. Different pens, different handwriting, conversations between some writers. Errors to the longer paragraphs. It's better than taking out a billboard. I feel like I can fly. I wake the next morning, Saturday, to the sound of a chainsaw. The noise biting right through my ears and splintering my plans of sleeping in. I peer out the window. The arborist, the tree guys that had called to trim the oak's dead branches, stand at the base of the tree, one guy revving up the chainsaw like it's a sports car, the other giving the tree the once over. I go downstairs for breakfast. Watching cartoons is out of the question. I make a cup of tea and join Dad and a group of neighborhood kids watching the show from the driveway. One arborist monkeys his way into the pale green canopy, then hauls up the chainsaw, turned off at the end of a thick rope. He sets to work pruning the dead wood like a sculptor. The chainsaw gnaws through the oak, branches crashing to the ground. The air twirls with sawdust. Sap oozes from the open sores on the trunk. He is killing the tree. He'll only leave a stump. The tree is dying. There is nothing to do or say. We watch in silence as the tree crashes piece by piece to the damn ground. The chainsaw murderer swings down with a grin. He doesn't even care. A little kid asks my father why that man is chopping down the tree. Dad, he's not chopping it down. He's saving it. Those branches were long dead from disease. All plants are like that. By cutting off the damage, you make it possible for the tree to grow again. You'll watch by the end of the summer, this tree will be the strongest on the block. I hate it when my father pretends to know more than he does. He sells insurance. He's not a forest ranger. Wise in the way of the woods. The arborist fires with the mulcher at the back of their truck. I've seen enough. I've grabbed my bike and take off. The first stop is the gas station to pump up my tires. I can't remember the last time I rode. The morning is warm. A lazy, slow Saturday. The parking lot at the grocery store is full. A couple of softball games are being played behind the elementary school, but I don't stop to watch. I ride up the hill past Rachel's house, past the high school. The downside is a fast, easy coast. I dare myself to lift my hands off the handlebars. As long as I am moving fast enough, the front wheel holds steady. I turn left and left again, falling the hills down without realizing where I am heading. Some part of me has planned this. A devious internal compass pointed to the past. The lane isn't familiar until I glimpse the barn. I squeeze the brakes hard and struggle to control the bike on the gravel shoulder. A wind rips through the phone wires overhead. A squirrel fights to retain her balance. There are no cars in the driveway. Rogers is painted on the mailbox. A basketball hoop hangs off the side of the barn. I don't remember that, but it would have been hard to see it in the dark. I walk my bike along the back edge of the property to where the trees swallow the sun. My bike leans into a collapsing fence. I sink to the shade cold ground. My heart thuds as if I were still pedaling up the hill. My hands shake. It is completely normal place. It is a completely normal place. Out of sight of the barn and house, close enough to the road that I can hear cars passing. Fragments of the acorn shells litter the ground. You could bring a kindergarten class here for a picnic. I think about lying down. No, not that I would not do. I crouch by the trunk, my fingers stroking the bark, seeking a braille code, a clue, a message on how to come back to life after my long under snow dormancy. I have survived. I am here, confused, screwed up, but here. So, how can I find my way? Is there a chainsaw of the soul, an axe I can take my memories or fears? I dig my fingers into the dirt and squeeze. A small, clean part of me waits to warm and burst through the surface. So I'm a quiet Melinda girl I haven't seen in months. That is a seed I will care for. When I get home, it's time for lunch. I make 2 egg salad sandwiches and drink an enormous glass of milk. I eat an apple and put my dishes in the dishwasher. It's only 1 o'clock. I suppose I should clean the kitchen and vacuum. But the windows are open and robins sing on the front lawn, where a pile of mulch with my name on it is waiting. Mom is impressed when she drives up at dinner time. The front lawn is raked, edged, mowed, and the bushes are mulched. I'm not even breathing hard. Mom helps me carry the plastic deck furniture up from the basement and I scrub it with bleach. Dad brings home pizza and we eat on the deck. Mom and Dad drink iced tea and there is no biting or snarling. I clear the dishes and throw the pizza box in the trash. I lie down on the couch to watch TV, but my eyes close and I'm out. When I wake up, it's past midnight and someone has covered me with an Afghan. The house is quiet, dark, cool breeze slides in between the curtains. I am wide awake. I feel itchy inside my skin, antsy. That's what my mother would call it. I can't sit still. I have to do something. My bike is still leaning against the prune tree in the front yard. I ride. Up and down across the diagonal. I pedal my sore legs through the streets of a suburb mostly sleeping. Some late night TVs flicker from a bedroom windows. A few cars are parked in front of the grocery store. I imagine people mopping the floors, restacking loaves of bread. I coast by the houses of people I used to know. Heather, Nicole. Turn the corner downshift and pedal harder. Up the hill to Rachel's house. The lights are on. Her parents waiting for the ferry prom goers to come home. I could knock on the door and ask them if they want to play cards or something. Nah. I ride like I have wings. I am not tired. I don't think I'll ever have to sleep again. By Monday morning, the prom is legend. The drama, the tears, the passion. Why hasn't anyone made a television show out of this yet? The total damage included 1 stomach pumped, 3 breakups of long-term relationships, 1 lost diamond earring, 4 outrageous hotel room parties, and 5 matching tattoos allegedly decorating the behinds of the senior class officers. The guidance counselors are celebrating the lack of fatal accidents. Heather's not at school today. Everybody's gripping about her lame decorations. I bet she calls in sick for the rest of the year. Heather should run away and join the Marines immediately. They'll be much sweeter to her than a swarm of angry Marthas. Rachel is in her glory. She ditched Andy in the middle of the prom. I'm trying to piece the story together from grapevine gossip. They say she and Andy argued during a slow song. They say he was all over her with his hands and his mouth. Wait, no. All over his hands and his mouth, yeah. While they danced, he was grinding against her and she backed off. The song ended and she swore at him. They say she was ready to slap him, but she didn't. He looked around all innocent like, and she stomped over to her exchange student buddies. Ended up dancing the night away with the kid from Portugal. They say Andy's been really pissed off ever since. He's got wicked drunk at a party and passed out in a bowl of bean dip. Rachel burned everything he ever gave her and left the ashes in front of his locker. His friends laughed at him. Except for the gossip. There is no real point in coming to school. Well, there are final exams, but it's not like they are going to make any difference to my grades. We have, 2 more weeks of classes. Sometimes I think high school is one long hazing activity. If you're tough enough to survive this, they'll let you become an adult. I hope it's worth it. I'm waiting for the clock to end the daily torture by algebra session when Whammo! A thought slams into my head. I don't want to hang out in my little hidey hole anymore. I look behind me, half expecting to see a sniggering back row guy who beamed me with an eraser. Nope, the back row is struggling to stay awake. It was definitely an idea that hit me. I don't feel like hiding anymore. A breeze from the open window blows my hair back and tickles my shoulders. This is the first day warm enough for a sleeveless shirt. Feels like summer. After class, I chill behind Rachel. Andy's waiting for her. She won't even look at him. The kid from Portugal is now Rachel's numero uno. Ha! Double ha! Serves you right, you scum. Kids stare at Andy, but no one stops to talk. He follows Greta, Ingrid, and Rachel down the hall. I am a few steps behind them. Greta Ingrid spins around and tells Andy exactly what he should do to himself. Impressive. Her language skills have really improved this year. I'm ready to do a victory dance. I head for my closet after school. I want to take the poster of Maya Angelou home. I like to keep some of my tree pictures and my turkey bone sculpture. The rest of the stuff can stay as long as it doesn't have my name on it. Who knows? Some other kids may need a safe place to run to next year. I haven't been able to get rid of that smell. I leave the door cracked open a bit so I can breathe. It's hard to get the tree pictures off the walls without tearing them. The day is getting hotter and there's no circulation in here. I open the door wider. Who's going to come by now? By this point in the year, teachers take off faster than students when the final bell rings. The only people left are a few teams scattered on the practice fields. I don't know what to do with the comforter. It's really too bad to take home. I should have gone to my locker first and gotten my backpack. I forgot about the books that are in here. I fold the comforter and set it on the floor. Turn out the light and head out the door for my locker. Somebody slams into my chest and knocks me back into the closet. The light flicks on and the door closes. I am trapped with Andy Evans. He stares at me without talking. He's not as tall as my memories, but he's still loathsome. A light bulb throws shadows under his eyes. He is made out of slabs of stone and gives off a smell that makes me afraid I'll wet my pants. He cracks his knuckles. His hands are enormous. Andy Beast. You have a big mouth, you know it. Rachel blew me off at the prom, giving me some bullshit. Give me some bullshit story about how I raped you. You know, that's a lie. I never raped anybody. I don't have to. You wanted to just have it just as bad as I did. But your feelings got hurt, so you started spreading lies. Now every girl in school is talking about me. Like I'm some kind of pervert. You've been spreading that bullshit story for weeks. What's wrong, ugly? You jealous? Can't get a date? The words fall like nails on the floor. Hard, pointed. I try to walk around him. He blocks my way. Oh no. You're not going anywhere. You really screwed things up for me. He reaches behind and locks the door. Click. Me. You are one strange bitch, you know that. A freak. I can't believe anyone listened to you. He grabs my wrist. I try to pull them back, and he squeezes it so tight it feels like my bones are splintering. He pins me against the closed door. Maya Angelou looks at me. She'll tell me to make some noise. I open my mouth and take a breath. Breathe. Take a breath. Beast, you're not going to scream. You didn't scream before. You liked it. You're jealous that I took out your friend and you're not you. I think I know what you want. His mouth is on my face. I twist my head. His lips are wet. His teeth knock against my cheekbone. I pull my arms again and he slams his body against mine. I have no legs. My heart wobbles. His teeth are on my neck. The only sound I can make is a whimper. He fumbles to hold both my wrists in one hand. He wants a free hand. I remember. Middle hands. Hot knife hands. No. A sound explodes from me. No! I follow the sound, pushing off the wall, pushing Andy Evans off balance, stumbling to the broken sink. He curses and turns. His fist coming. An explosion in my head and blood in my mouth. He hit me. I scream. Why aren't the walls falling? I'm screaming loud enough to make the whole school crumble. I grab for anything. My potpourri bowl. I throw it at him. It bounces to the floor. My books. He swears again. The door is locked. He grabs me, pulls me away from the door. One hand over my mouth. One hand around my throat. He leans me against the sink. My fists mean nothing to him. Little rabbit paws stomping harmlessly. His body crushes me. His fingers wave overhead, looking for a branch, a limb, something to hang on to. A block of wood, the base of my turkey bone sculpture. I slam it against Maya's poster. I hear it crunch it. It doesn't hear. It breathes like a dragon. Its hand leaves my throat, attacks my body. I hit the wood against the poster and the mirror under it again. Shards of glass slip down the wall and into the sink. It pulls away from me. Puzzled, I reach in and wrap my fingers around a triangle of glass. I hold it to Andy Emma's neck. He freezes. I push just hard enough to raise one drop of blood. He raises his arms over my head. My hand quivers. I want to insert the glass all the way through his throat. I want to hear him scream. I look up. I see the stubble on his chin, a fleck of white in the corner of his mouth. His lips are paralyzed. He cannot speak. That's good enough. Me? I said no. He nods. Someone is pounding on the door. Unlock it, and the door swings open. Nicole is there, along with the lacrosse team. Sweaty, angry, their sticks held high. Someone peels off and runs for help. Mr. Freeman is refusing to hand his grades on time. They should have been 4 days before the end of school, but he didn't see the sense in that. So I'm staying after school on the very, very last day for one last try at getting my treat right. Mr. Freeman is covering the grade wall with a mural. He hasn't touched the line with my name, but he eliminated everything else with a roller brush and fast drying white paint. He hums as he mixes colors on his palette. He wants to paint a sunrise. Summer vacation voices bubble through the open window. School is nearly over. The hall echoes with slamming lockers and shrieks of "I'm gonna miss you. Got my number?" I turn up the radio. My tree is definitely breathing, little shallow breaths like it just shot up through the ground this morning. Though this one is not imperfectly symmetrical. The bark is rough. I try to make it look as if initials had been carved in it a long time ago. One of the lower branches is sick. If this tree really lives someplace, that branch better drop soon, so it doesn't kill the whole thing. Roots knob out of the ground and the crown reaches for the sun, tall and healthy. The new growth is the best part. Lilac flows through the open windows with a few lazy bees. I carve and Mr. Freeman mixes orange and red to get to the right shade. Of sunrise. Tires squeal out of the parking lot. Another sober student farewell. I'm staring summer school in the face, so there's no real hurry. But I want to finish this tree. A couple of seniors stroll in. Mr. Freeman hugs him carefully, either because of the paint on him or because teachers hugging students can make for big trouble. I shake my bangs down in front of my face and wash through my hair. They chat about New York City, where the girls are going to college. Mr. Freeman writes down some phone numbers and names of restaurants. He says he has plenty of friends in Manhattan and that they should meet for brunch some Sunday. The girls, the women, hop up and down and squeal. I can't believe it's really happening. One of them is Amber Cheerleader. Go figure. The seniors look my way before they leave. One girl, at the cheerleader, nods her head and says, "Way to go. I hope you're okay. With hours left in the school year, I have suddenly become popular. Thanks to the big mouth on the lacrosse team. Everybody knew what happened before sundown. Mom took me to the hospital to stitch up the cut on my hand. When we got home, there was a message on the machine from Rachel. She wants me to call her. My tree needs something. I walk over to the desk and take a piece of brown paper and a finger of chalk. Mr. Freeman talks about art galleries and I practice birds. Little dashes of color on paper. It's awkward with the bandage on my hand, but I keep trying. I draw them without thinking. Flight, feather, wing. Water drips on the paper and the birds bloom in the light. Their feathers expanding promise. It happened. There is no avoiding it. No forgetting. No running away. Or flying. Or burying. Or hiding. Andy Evans me in August when I was drunk and too young to know what was happening. It wasn't my fault. He hurts me. It wasn't my fault. And I'm not going to let it kill me. I can grow. I look at my homely sketch. It doesn't need anything. Even though the river in my eyes, I can see that. Even through the river in my eyes, I can see that. It isn't perfect, and that makes it just right. The last bell rings. Mr. Freeman comes to my table. Mr. Freeman. Time's up, Melinda. Are you ready? I hand over the picture. He takes it in his hands and studies it. I sniff again and wipe my eyes on my arm. The bruises are vivid, but they will fade. Mr. Freeman. No crying in my studio. It ruins the supplies. Salt, saline, etches like acid. He sits on the stool next to me and hands back my tree. You get an A plus. You worked hard at this. He hands me the box of tissues. You've been through a lot, haven't you? The tears dissolve the last block of ice in my throat. I feel the frozen stillness melt down through the inside of me, dripping in shards of ice that vanish in a puddle of sunlight on the stained floor. Words float up. Me. Let me tell you about it. And that's it. Yep. Thank you.